Hey guys, welcome to Atheist Sunday School, the real one. Last time was a special, but we got through quite a lot.
We did.
Almost this whole thing. This part right there, that's it.
Yeah, so much.
So much.
We have a few announcements before we start this next one. But before I get to the announcements, we got pretty drunk. Chris, how you feeling?
Hi. I'm not feeling very good.
Yeah. He was in pretty bad shape afterwards.
Yeah, that's too much alcohol for me.
Yeah.
But oh well, what are you gonna do about it?
Drink more?
Yeah.
Drink less, hopefully.
Hair to the dog that bit you.
I normally don't drink that much. But yeah, so announcement number one.
Yes.
We
Shirts.
Got t-shirts.
And if you would like a shirt like this, a wonderful shirt.
It's got a thing on the back too.
It's got a thing on the back. Chris, how about you model for us?
There you go,
Yes.
guys.
I left my slogan on my other shirt.
It's great.
Yes, I left my slogan on my other shirt. T-shirts. They will be on sale at MythCon.
For $25?
Yeah.
$25.
For $25. And also, you should definitely go to the Myth Information Conference in Milwaukee at the Pabst Theater on September 30th.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of guests. And this is something awesome. We're going to have this, so you will see us with this awesomeness. Look at that. Look at how sexy that is.
It exists.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful.
There, now it's-
Ruben is getting the best view of it.
Yeah.
Let's smother Ruben in it.
Ah, it's so wonderful, like a giant blanket. If you would like a banner like this,
You can go to Vistaprint.
Yeah, you can go to Vistaprint.
They'll give you a giant banner to smother your friends with.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to smother your friends with?
Affection?
No. Shut up.
Monetary wealth.
We got business cards, too.
Yes.
Business cards, same design as the banner, with our release schedule on the back.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And
So there's some stuff that you should know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should tell them about?
one other thing. We are going to be selling the shirts online. There will be a store. I'm going to talk to a friend of mine who owns the secular stores for a bunch of people. Or he runs them at least. And I'm going to talk to him and see if we can get the shirts, sold through him. And until then, if you do want a shirt, you can feel free to email us at milwaukeeatheists@gmail.com. And
Could do something through PayPal.
yes, we'll be taking payments through PayPal for now. And other than that, I don't think we have any other announcements.
So without further ado, let's get on to
Sunday school.
Sunday school. We're starting with chapter 8 of Genesis from the King James Version, and we're beginning now.
And God. Oh boy, if we were
Take
drinking.
a drink.
If we were drinking,
Yeah.
that would be bad already.
Yeah.
And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged.
Okay, so basically, they said that God remembered them. So I guess for a while he had forgotten about them.
Too much pitch.
He killed everything. He's like, oh, I forgot about these things I kept alive, actually. And then he used wind to get rid of the water. Interesting. Instead of the magic that he's been doing everything else with, he was like, wind.
Yeah.
That's an interesting pick.
He just-
And what if he saged the waters?
A sage. I'm guessing that
The
means,
waters
like, receded.
Receded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a big wind blew. Yeah.
That is how it works.
The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. So does that imply that there's water simultaneously coming up and coming down?
Well, it said that the fountains deep in the windows. Well, it looks like it's just coming down, and then he stopped it.
Yeah, from the heavens.
Yes.
So it's confirmed now that the heavens are above the earth.
According-
I don't think they've even said anything like that before, other than the firmament mention. Really.
Yeah. I mean, other than the firmament thing, in Hovind's theory, or not his theory, his fucking hypothesis. It's a fucking hypothesis. In his hypothesis, he says that the firmament opened up but then closed, something like that, or melted maybe. I don't fucking know. He has some weird fucking ideas on it.
It's like there was an ice cage over the earth,
Yeah.
and that melted. That was what I
something like
heard
that.
something like that
Yeah.
as well, but that's nuts.
Yeah,
Yes, it
that's
is.
nuts. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
So it took 40 days and 40 nights for it to get that high up, and it took 150 days for that stuff to settle down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
The
So,
17th, like obviously it's
so
7th month.
as
Okay.
soon as some of the mountain was revealed, they had some place to set their boat down.
Yeah, so, is there historical information about anything interesting being found around Ararat?
Well, here's the thing. They have claimed to find the Ark at least 15 times.
It's a lot.
Yes, exactly.
What did they find instead?
That it wasn't the Ark.
Oh man, I
They
didn't see
found
that
something
coming.
else, like pieces of something else.
This is wood. This is just wood.
I've heard some creationists make mention of fossilized sea creatures on mountains. Is there any legitimacy?
Well, yes, but it's not because of that. It's because
When the plate tectonics crushed together, they pushed those fossils up with the mountains.
yeah, and when
Or other
when rivers
things.
carve out
There's,
mountains,
there's a
and
lot of
canyons.
reasons.
Yeah. We got a comment. What's going on?
Darth Dawkins wants to debate. Well, if you go onto our Patreon and you make a donation of, I believe it's $50 a month, then you have the chance to appear on an episode of Atheist Sunday School.
Then
Yeah.
we get to talk about it.
Yeah.
We could debate you about
And-
anything you'd like.
We could pick whatever Bible verse you want, or whatever chapters you want to cover with us, if you were to do that. So if you really want to, then yeah, go ahead.
There's always that possibility.
Yeah. All right. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth.
I mean, we're still gonna. It's not an atheist echo chamber, by the way.
It's not. We engage
I'm
with a lot of people.
clearly we're responding right here. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if
Well, hold on. I want to make this known.
okay.
We have invited some personal friends who are. One of them is Catholic. One of them's Christian that I've spoken to, and we can always have them on. They said that they'd be interested in coming
Yeah.
on, so we can discuss this from their theological standpoint. I mean, that's why I don't censor any
Anything.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So what I find interesting about this is that it says in the 7th month the mountains were like revealed, I guess.
Wow.
But then it says later that it was in the 10th month that they were revealed.
Well, in the 10th month, I assume what it means is that you could look down into the water by the 7th month and see the tops of the mountains.
Yeah, but it says that the ark rested. So the ark stopped. I guess if
Maybe the ark crashes into the top of the mountain.
yes, and then just
And
stays
then-
there.
For 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him in the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her in unto him, and to the ark, and he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark, and the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth there was an olive leaf plucked off, so no one knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
Interesting. So he came back with an olive leaf, even though everything on the earth died.
It's interesting because if we are going by the theory that a lot of this is just thinly veiled practical advice for desert,
Right, or
People.
just allegory.
right?
we gotta address that real quick. I think that's funny. At
Sure,
least.
I didn't.
He phrased it better on the lowest one.
A philosophical basis from which to make any objections about the Bible. The very basis of skeptic thought. Cartesian doubt. There's a lot of Nietzschean stuff that's been written about the church and their involvement in religion. There have been a lot of philosophers throughout history, even going back to Socrates. If we're taking Plato's account of Socrates seriously, which stand against the organized religions of the time, there are tons of philosophical objections to the Bible.
And usually, at least my objections to the Bible are not based on philosophy as much.
Oh man, he's asking about absolutes.
Oh, great. We're not getting into this now.
Absolutes.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
That's right.
Darth Dawkins.
That's right, Darth Dawkins. Only Sith are absolute. They're all like, I'm real mad. And I'm sure.
We're not getting to absolutes now.
All right. So get this olive branch, and they know that the water's there. So if we're looking at this as practical advice for like desert nomad tribes, then maybe that's some kind of introduction of a kind of experimental method, because we haven't really seen that yet. People just kind of do things up until this point.
I think we should definitely note the olive branch for later things, but I do want to point out that this same, releasing a dove and seeing if the waters have receded, that same thing was the exact same thing actually was seen in Sumerian mythology. Yeah, about Ziusudra.
When
exact same thing.
Well, here's the thing: when people had, a bird or a trained bird, and they wanted to know if there was land nearby, just on normal sea vessels, and they would send out the bird to make sure that they found that land, because they couldn't rely entirely on, astronomical stuff. It's pretty useful. But when you were like, we're 80 miles out of Tahiti, we want to make sure we're on the right path if the bird comes back with, carrier pigeons and stuff. They had all sorts of different birds that they would use for that in nautical times. So it's not uncommon at all. This is common. This is just common practice.
Right. So they were kind of, here's the stuff that they were doing that day or in that time. And then it obviously parallels here that would make sense that they would, write a story like that.
Yeah, they would go and use the standards. So.
Okay. Darth Dawkins, I will address your absolutes question.
Ooh.
Alright. So, we as human beings have certain sensory organs, such as the eyes. And we know scientifically that there is light which our eyes cannot perceive. We know that there are sounds which our ears cannot perceive. And for all the other senses, we know that as well. So, we can't ever say with complete certainty that anything we observe or read or base off of any empirical information whatsoever, including reading through the Bible, which is in itself an act of empiricism, we can't say for certain that we're ever getting the totality of the information involved.
What? His next one doesn't make any sense. Are there causal connections?
Causal
connections in reality. Subjectively, sure. Absolutely. Subjectively.
Depending on how you're looking at time.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to...
Um,
Why not?
Right, but
Our answer.
This is not the point of this stream.
Yeah.
Yes, this is not the point of this stream.
But if we'd like to, maybe at some point, we might have another stream just for dealing with shenanigans.
Feel free
Love shenanigans.
Feel free to email us at MilwaukeeAtheists@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll talk it through. But
yeah,
this stream is for something totally different.
We're just analyzing the Bibles.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
Like this one, right here.
Alright. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. So this gives us an exact date. It is, which is useful if we're trying to put together a timeline.
Yeah, which people have done.
Yeah. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee.
God, I love the restating.
Yeah. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of the fowl and of the cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Always
that
the creeping things, too.
Yeah. That they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth.
So he's giving them their blessing.
Yeah.
You know, this is God being nice.
Yeah, the classical blessing is reproduction.
Yeah.
Go forth and prosper.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
As was every prior blessing.
Well, you know, what's interesting is that the Spock thing is actually something from Judaism. It's the mark of the coin, and his
This just looks like Illuminati shit to me.
Yeah. Well, his thing is live long and prosper.
Right.
Which is exactly the blessing that God supposedly gives. I mean, not word for word, but yeah. Okay. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, and after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. So
wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. So, all the animals and everyone comes off the ark, and then
they kill him.
Now, see, that seems unclear to me.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just the wording.
But you want a different Bible copy?
Yeah. Give me the Hebrew one. Here you go. All right. Which one was that exactly?
20?
Genesis 8:20.
Yeah.
And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings. Okay, so it may be. It doesn't seem like, because there would be no point to burn the animals you just saved.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he would also be burning offerings, like separate offerings.
Well, maybe you could pluck a feather from a bird.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth.
Oh shit, son.
Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. Does it say that man is evil from his youth? And
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
It says man is evil.
But
from
he
his
also
youth.
says he won't smite everybody again this bad. Pretty much.
And he says that he won't curse the ground anymore.
Yeah, so we can grow food now.
Woo.
Okay, so is the mark of Cain rescinded now?
What's up with Cain? How's he doing with this flood
well,
going
they don't
on?
really go into that after his whole story. They really don't bring it up again.
Yeah. I feel as if they dropped the ball there.
I mean, there might be like apocrypha written about it, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. Adam lived to be 930 years old.
Yeah.
And it came to pass in the 601st year.
Oh, okay. So where did Adam go, basically?
Yeah.
How did he live for 300 more years?
Was Adam is he Aquaman? Can he breathe underwater?
Yes, Adam was Aquaman.
Maybe Darth Dawkins hang out after the show. Sure.
Maybe we might have some time.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Now just email us info.
Yes.
We'll get to you.
Yeah. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
Okay, so he's like, things will be consistent now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they not before?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that they were, but now he's just making sure.
Well, we also don't have any mention of rain before the flood.
Right.
Right. So it could be
That the ground was always capable of growing without rain, and then it was cursed, and it sucked, and now it's not cursed, but it has rain. I don't know, man. This is confusing.
No, I mean, I'm not sure. Let's keep going.
All right. Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth.
I think he said this already, though.
No, he said it to the animals.
He said that to the animals.
Yeah. And the fear of you, and the dread of you, shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. So we have ownership of all living things on earth.
I mean, he already gave us that.
He did say that
In Adam and Eve.
First chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He already gave you that ability. What's he doing restating
But
this?
now they're afraid of you.
Now they're afraid of you.
And they won't interact with you.
Oh.
So this is where animals stop talking to humans.
Well,
We don't know.
we're not sure exactly because all we know for a fact, not for a fact, all we know is that the snake talked previously.
Yeah.
We don't know that about all the other animals.
Is there anything else that we know about from those stories where that was removed, or they're just different tales about the
I'm not
Garden
sure.
of Eden? It would be really nice
there
to know.
might be. I have a book on my bookshelf about it that I have yet to get to. It's about the authorship of the Pentateuch. So.
Thanks, Jack. We agree. That's how we're trying to go over this material.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. So I guess before this point, human beings only ate
Animals?
plants, and now they are meat for us to eat.
Yeah, because before they made this specification that animals could only eat certain things, and
Right.
now they're coming back to that saying you can eat those things too. I don't know what those particular things are, though.
Yeah. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat.
Okay. What's that?
Don't eat other humans, I think.
Oh, don't eat other humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good advice.
That's awful advice. I love eating other humans. Now, aren't we supposed to eat babies or something? Isn't that
What the
Isn't that
stereotype
like the
of
atheist
atheist
thing?
thing is? Yeah.
Are we supposed to eat babies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Atheists eat babies
That's
all
right.
the time.
Yeah, all the
course.
time. It
Yeah.
just never stops.
Yeah.
Clearly, this stream that has been on several times, where none of us have consumed children,
We
is
have-
not a good representation of typical atheist
consistently-
acts,
We've
apparently.
consistently consumed children, actually.
And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man.
Oh, what?
The hand of every hand's brother? What?
That's confusing.
At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man.
What does this mean? Respect your brother like
Every man.
you would respect yourself? Is that it?
It means that we're gonna die.
We knew that before too.
Yeah, we knew that before too.
Right.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe Noah thought, "Hey, I'm great. I'm not gonna die. God
Maybe.
chose me for the flood."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a cruel reminder then. God's
Yeah.
a jerk.
Yeah. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. Oh, so gods kill each other.
Jack, you don't have to
Gods
answer
kill each
Darth
other?
Dawkins. Jack,
he can
you
do
can
whatever he
you
wants.
can. He's a troll.
You can
He's
do
totally
whatever
a
you
troll
want.
though. I'm gonna call him out now.
Well, we don't know that, but
Well, he might be.
he might be.
His name's Darth Dawkins.
We don't know that.
Come on, that's a pretty troll name.
There's
I'm gonna just guess.
we don't know that.
I was gonna wait to not call it
They
out.
can have any
You
conversation
can talk
they
about
want.
whatever you want, but
They can have any conversation they
but
want.
you are asking a lot of questions, Dawkins. I'm not sure which one you want him to answer.
Oh, probably all of them.
Probably all of
We're
them.
doing this right now.
This
That's
is
the point
important.
of this stream.
This is what we're trying to do. This is a longer one too, isn't it? Where are we at on it?
Wait, let's
Here?
go to the
Here.
one that we just talked about.
Yes, for in the image of God made he man. So whoso sheddeth God's blood, by God's shall his blood be shed.
Interesting. So either gods are killing each other, or that's supposed to be like a metaphor.
He said at
Like-
one
like
point
maybe
that
like
we were
sitting-
like gods, but without the knowledge or the power, right? At one
Well,
No,
we
no,
didn't
when-
have eternal life,
Right. Oh, without the knowledge or the eternal life. That's
And
but
then-
we got the
then we got the
knowledge.
knowledge. So we're still like gods, and he's making that analogy again.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Which would be really weird because he just talked about man and now he's talking about God. So obviously he's not talking. He's not just repeating himself
Yeah.
with different words. This would be a. There's obviously a difference there. He's not just talking about man in that. He'd be talking about, I guess, gods, unless he was talking about man previously and then man now. I'm not sure. Let's keep going.
And you, be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, of every beast of the earth, with you, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant, which I make between you and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
What do you think they mean by a bow in the cloud? Setting a bow in the cloud. It's really metaphorical. That I don't know how I would.
Bow in the cloud.
Yeah, set my bow in the cloud. Like he put it
I don't know.
on the firmament.
I'm-
That stupid firmament.
I'm guessing there are definitely ideas around about that. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing there are. It's probably the answer's probably sitting on my bookshelf right now. I'll be honest.
Man.
But
We should look
I'm
at-
not sure.
That's a weird one. All right.
Well, he specifically promises that he's not going to flood the earth
Right.
again.
This is his covenant with Noah.
Yeah. And with every single living creature.
Yeah.
For perpetual generations.
As long as they're of that blood.
Which would be
Which would
all
be
living
all-
creatures.
All living things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh.
Mhm.
So, it's gonna start happening anyway. We're gonna have a flood, but then the bow is going to appear, and God's gonna remember us and prevent the flood from happening in the future.
What do you think he means by bow, though? Do you think he literally
I
means
still
the bow?
I don't think it means a literal bow. Well, it depends on how you want to read it. Like, if you want to read it literally, then yes, that we should be looking for a literal bow in the sky. In the
All
clouds.
right.
But I doubt that it was meant to be read literally. But no, I'm not sure what they mean by bow. Is it spelled B-O-W?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's spelled B-O-W.
Which could be the shooting bow or the tying bow. It could be either one.
Yeah. Not sure. I'm sure there are definitely ideas around
And
about
the
that.
bow shall be in the cloud.
Yeah, when the cloud goes over. There.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
We gotta go on.
Yeah. It also uses the third person again. It says, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember that the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth.
Huh. Yeah, you're right. He does. So, God's definitely the word God there. It's not in the plural sense, but he does refer to it in third person, even though he just referred to himself.
This is not trolling. You're right.
I mean, I figured.
You were right.
I just assume people aren't trolling until I have a good reason to think they are.
I don't know.
It didn't seem like troll comments.
You're right. You're right.
It's fine. Whatever.
I think he believes the Bible, so that's
Good.
fine.
Good for him. He's allowed
Well, you can believe the Bible if you want.
But we're going to keep
your
talking about
choice.
it.
Your choice.
Yeah.
All right. And God said unto Noah, that is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent.
That was fast. Jeez, these expositions sometimes. He's like, and he got a house, and he made some wine, and he got drunk, and now he's at his house drunk.
Real godly right there.
Yeah. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. So...
They're like, Dad, come on, man.
So... I hold one on my shoulder, Chris holds thing on his shoulder, and we back up
and drop the cloth
over.
You missed.
I can't see that. That's a sin.
Yeah. No, I think so far, one of the few things other than, like, don't kill your buddies and, you know... The other sin is, he said nakedness, and they knew they were naked, and it was bad. So, these guys know that that's bad, that Noah was naked. That's all.
Yeah,
Whether or not...
it's not, we're not, I mean, I'm just using sin as just kind of a joke. Yeah. But it's, like, because he hasn't even went over...
Sure, post the link, Dawkins.
Post whatever you want, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Alright. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Wow, so like God literally sapped the energy out of this guy and put it into the other guy because he did what?
Because he told his brothers
because
he was naked.
Yeah.
Okay, damn you, tattletale.
Okay, so for tattling, he's just screwed forever.
Yeah, basically,
that's pretty shit.
Snitches get stitches. Right.
It's biblical.
Biblical.
Yeah.
That's right.
In our modern parlance version of the Bible that we eventually release, that'll just be that entire section.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches. And Noah
thus spake the Lord.
Yep. Well, we're almost done, I think.
Yeah. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years.
By the way, it's actually 40 minutes we've been on. That's wrong. It
Has
was
it been?
minus 12 when we started for some reason.
Which is really weird. Why would it be minus 12?
No.
I don't know.
And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
Oh, well, that's a good
See-
ending. And he died. I love those wonderful
And he died.
conclusions.
Yeah.
And how they give you like some small tidbits of somebody's life, and then they die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I still really find interesting is how long Adam lived.
Yeah.
Unless let's hit. I want to check out that verse again.
Sure.
Which one was that? All right. And it came to pass in the 600th and first year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters. Okay.
Yeah, speak up there, buddy.
No, I was just reading it to myself.
Oh.
Mostly. Okay. So, unless it talks about that much later after the flood. So unless it was 600 years of a flood, which doesn't sound right because that goes against what they said.
Those were some long days and nights. If they were 600 years. Maybe they're not referring to
maybe
our
they were.
years. Like, it could be Venusian years.
Well,
That's
they
still
do
not
have
enough, but, maybe.
there is a Jewish calendar,
Hmm.
and they use a different time system.
They do. So I'm not sure if this one was actually, if they actually, like, when they were translating this, did they take into account? I'm not sure. I have absolutely no idea. I delve more into New Testament scholarship than Old.
I feel odd about this last part, though. Because we have this big story about the world being purged of jerks, right? Apparently, except for Noah and his kin.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, his kin suck too. He's just like, and you're a servant now. That seems like
he
they
got
shoved
really
that in
mad.
at the end there.
You got
No.
real mad there.
Yeah, but that's like no way to end a chapter. And
It's not.
it all feels
foreshadowing.
rushed.
Well, I mean, a lot of this is rushed because they have to talk about all the years.
Yeah, and
Of creation.
it's prehistory, And I mean, once you get to the Abraham story, and really once you get to Exodus,
Yeah,
you start getting a
into more
decent
of a
continual
narrative.
Narrative, yeah. But up until this point, you're just covering like. This is 100 years of history packed into
It's really
5
hard.
lines.
This is the coherence drops off. It's like 900-year-old games of telephone. They don't work, guys. You can't
Well-
you can't go and expect whatever you whispered to ever transfer beyond like a year.
Well, it might
If you
even
did that for a year,
it might
that's a lot
even
of
be
world
that
tradition
some
here.
of the things that are covered in Genesis may be as close to correct as we can get for some history, but it's just so widespread and torn apart that it's unusable.
Yeah.
Well, I believe he sent us a Discord server.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you
Then-
want to?
then we
We're
have
at the
that.
end of the show. We're kind of at the end of the show.
Just as soon as we finish up.
I
sure,
think we're done.
We still got to close out, Chris,
Well, how do you do that?
with shilling.
Shilling?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shilling.
shilling, of course.
Yes, if you would like
So
to.
if you weren't here at the beginning of the broadcast, we mentioned earlier we're going to be at MythCon. We're going to have our own table there, or the Mythicist Milwaukee 3rd conference. And
Fourth
conference.
conference.
And we have t-shirts
Yeah.
as well. So they come in all sorts of sizes. So if you want one of those, please send us an email. We can do a PayPal for now, and later we'll have an
Yes.
official thing for real, right off the website kind of purchases.
And Lawrence, turn around and show
Oh, yeah.
the-
It's your turn to show off the back of the
my
shirt.
turn. My turn. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta move your hair.
Move my hair, you fucking dicks.
All right.
I left my slogan on my other shirt.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, if you would like a Milwaukee Atheist, I left my slogan on my other shirt t-shirt, you can buy it in a number of ways.
One, we'll be selling them at the conference for $25, and we'll also, contact us and we can do that.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
take
definitely.
PayPal payments. Contact us at MilwaukeeAtheists@gmail.com.
Yep.
And Yeah.
Thanks.
I think that's it for us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we just jumped up to 10. So thanks to everybody for watching. It's coming to a close a little early today. We got really drunk yesterday, so I think we kind of went through this pretty fast.
Yeah, but you got the most drunk.
Yes, I did. So thanks again
Yes.
for joining us. I guess we'll go check out that Discord server.
And just because we're not playing the Bible drinking game on stream doesn't mean you at home can't.
That's right. Every
Yeah,
time
feel free.
God is said and not reread, you get to take a drink.
Feel free to get absolutely hammered reading the word of Gord.
Yeah.
Or if it says Lord, remember that too.
Or if it says Lord.
God or Lord. Or
If it's capitalized.
Capitalized.
If it's obviously a reference to God.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, catch you guys next week. Thanks again for joining us.